Hello again, and welcome to SCLC TV. I'm Maynard Eaton, and of course, our president and CEO, Dr. Charles Steele Jr. And this week, we're talking about the devastation of hurricanes. President Steele, last year in October, you were dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Michael in Panama City. You're still there working. Today, we're grieving a loss of life and property in the Bahamas.
Absolutely. As you know, Maynard, we always say another storm is always coming. And we're not preparing ourselves. You're talking about climate change, you're talking about poverty, the Poor People Campaign. It's all related. They're inseparable. So what we're saying is that we know these things are happening, but there's some things we can do as well.
You're still working in Panama City. You started a program. You've launched a program.
Right.
Will the Bahamas, Grand Bahamas Island, be a next place, perhaps?
Absolutely. We created a division of disaster type of programs with the SCLC Poor People Campaign. And you're talking about people who are devastated with poverty. That's a storm. You're talking about the climate and the climate change. And you're talking about people who can't afford jobs. And the fact being is that they are all interrelated. They are first cousins to each other.
You're the head of a major civil rights organization. You've been doing this kind of work all your life. You talk about the least of these a lot. Watching this devastation, this hurricane, how did you feel?
I felt bad because there was nothing I could do. Matter of fact, I had a couple of friends come up from Florida who was at my house on Sunday night, staying at a resident, but we went to college together in Michigan. And they came by the house because they were taking no chances. They just 3 years ago conveyed their residence from Detroit, changed it to go to South Florida. And I said, man, how do you feel? He said, first of all, I am of age where I always understand you must be ready. So when I heard that they were giving us time, it's on the way, he said, we left. He said, but Charles, you're not in the position that I am in South Florida. So what's that? You in Tornado Alley.
But the other thing we discussed prior to the show,
yes,
while my son may be stuck in the Bahamas, there are many folks, poor folks, who could not afford to evacuate South Florida.
Absolutely. It goes back to capital. It goes back to lack of resources. You're absolutely correct. Where can you go? You know, you can't drive your car into the ocean.
That's what happened in Panama City as well, right?
Absolutely. Same thing.
You went there. You addressed that pain and that problem.
I saw it, and I still see it. It's going to take years to get there and to further sustain that community. And you're talking about people of color and poor people.
We'll also talk about jobs, the lack of opportunity. We often in political discussions now, we talk about immigrants. You're saying that immigrants are not our problem necessarily. Maybe modern technology is.
We've been saying that. And there's one candidate that's saying that too. But we were saying that many years ago, and most recently this year, candidate Yang of Asian descent is also saying the same thing. He who's running for president, I think he has 2 to 4% of the populace in terms of the polls, but he's still in the race. And he's saying the same thing that we're saying. People are getting upset thinking they're going to be replaced by the immigrants. But what about technology?
What about technology? And what about this presidential campaign?
Absolutely.
This is SCLC TV. I'm Maynard Eaton. We'll be talking more about this politics next week.